Hello friends, welcome to another SeedSigner tutorial. Today we are building the SeedSigner Plus with AAA batteries. Very exciting new stuff. For that we take our bottom part of our enclosure, align the battery port, and then before you do anything else, take this second part, press it on top. So we have some pressure on the battery port because we don't want it to move while we take two M3 screws and screw those carefully through the plastic of the top part or middle part of the enclosure, through the hole in the battery circuit board, into the plastic of the bottom part. So take care, do not over tighten the screws. These are just regular M3 threaded screws. I designed all my enclosures for these. And these will also be included in the do-it-yourself kit, which you can get on gobird.me. I will leave a link in the description and maybe a QR code at the end of the video, so you're not going to have any trouble finding it. Alright, that's the hardest part done. What I forget to tell you is this plug, which goes into the battery port, only has two wires and it's 3-pin connector, so make sure that two pins which have wires line up with the 5 volts and the ground on the battery circuit board. Okay, that's all for now. As long as we have access, we are now going to place the camera in the place which is pre-made for it, and then put this small locking part above it, which just snaps in place and keeps the camera from instantly pulling out when you try to bend the ribbon cable over. And the said ribbon cable we are going to insert into our Raspberry Pi Zero, and then carefully close the black battery port, make sure it has a good connection. Pardon me. And then we'll just slot our Raspberry Pi a bit angled so the microSD slot can go into the cutout I prepared for it. Insert it at an angle here and then just give it a press until you hear a violent clicking sound that sounds much more violent than it actually is. Now we're going to take this SD port extension and again go in at an angle and then just press it down a bit. Okay, that's that. We already have a semi-functional device here. Now let's take our beautiful hat PCB. Shout out to XMR Street Store for making these for us. We connect the cable and then we align that properly, because you must prevent slotting into the wrong GPIO pins, otherwise you might short out your Raspberry Pi. And then when it's on, just press it down, you can feel it slotting in. And finally we need the top cover with the nice buttons, which were designed by SeedSigner, the man himself. So you can see all of this is an absolutely collaborative work and design between many contributors. Okay, now we have our SeedSigner pre-built. Here is a battery flap, which we can close in a minute. But now let's get to setting it up. For that we're going to need one SD card, micro SD card, flashed with your favorite SeedSigner image, favorite version. It just has to be recent enough to support the larger display type. Put that in the very comfortable spring-loaded battery port, and all that's left to do now is equip our SeedSigner Plus with some batteries. You can see which way the battery flap goes on just by looking at the dots on one side, which correspond to the dotted slots here. And you can just press that in place like a regular battery flap. And boom, we got our battery powered SeedSigner, which has already booted while we were closing. Now we just go to the advanced settings and change the display type to 320 by 240. Check our camera rotation and change that to 0 and activate persistent settings, so these settings will be saved to our SD card. And that's it for today. Don't forget to take out your batteries to keep this a stateless device. Should go without saying. If you forget, the neat part is the batteries will run out of juice within 3 to 6 hours, depending on your quality of batteries. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and get your pre-assembled or DIY kit battery SeedSigners on GoPro.me. Have a nice day. Bye everyone.